So my final question is, if you are going to come back, what might you expect?
Of me or of the world?
To come back as?
Me. I would like to come back as me. I mean, I really would. I can't think of anybody else I'd like to come back
Do the
as.
whole thing all over again.
Yeah. I love my life.
Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoy today's video, and if you'd like to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference for me. Imagine being a Hollywood icon who shines brighter than anyone else, and discovering that your success comes with a personal price. That's Goldie Hawn, the golden girl whose charm and timing made her a legend, and whose off-screen life, whirlwind romance, heartbreak, grit, has been just as captivating. From youthful flings to her lasting love with Kurt Russell, Goldie's path is packed with passion, laughter, and resilience. At 79, she's opening up about the private truths around her divorce, revealing a side most never see. Born November 21, 1945 in Washington, D.C., and raised in lively Tacoma Park, Maryland, Goldie grew up in a home full of support and expectations. Her parents, Laura and Edward Hawn, spotted the spark early. A kid staging living room shows, soaking up applause, running on imagination and humor. Dance became her compass, discipline, expression, escape. By her teens, she was deep into ballet. By the early 1960s, New York was calling. She studied at the Martha Graham School, blending technique with raw emotion. Then, fate intervened. A talent scout clocked the rare combination: beauty, presence, and killer comedic timing, and suddenly she was on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Overnight, the giggle, the daisy bikini, the dizzy one-liner delivery, iconic. She became a TV comet in the late 60s, a fresh kind of funny that felt innocent and sly at once. The attention brought pressure, but Goldie stayed grounded, buoyed by family and a stubborn streak of authenticity that kept the fame machine from swallowing her whole. Goldie's personal life drew just as many flashbulbs. Managing a rocket ride career while protecting privacy is hard for anyone. For a young star, it's a minefield. She loved easily, learned quickly, and kept moving. Her first marriage was to Gus Triconis, a dancer, choreographer, director whose artistry matched hers. They married May 16, 1969 in Honolulu, just as Goldie's profile exploded. She won the Oscar for Cactus Flower that same year. The chemistry was real. The spotlight was relentless. They separated in 1970 and later divorced, the end of a creative coupling that still left a mark on both careers. Next came Bill Hudson, musician from the Hudson Brothers. Their meet-cute, talking through a plane's descent, turned into a fast-track romance. They married July 3, 1976, in an intimate ceremony at his family home in Tacoma Park. Soon came their two children, Oliver, September 7, 1976, and Kate, April 19, 1979. For a while, the public saw an easygoing, picture-perfect trio at premieres and parties. But their realities diverged. Goldie's film career soared while Bill's music work ebbed, and the strain showed. They divorced in 1982. Even as a couple, they kept parenting at the center: birthdays, school events, daily structure. Oliver and Kate have spoken warmly about growing up with love on both sides. Yet Goldie and Bill remember the marriage differently. Goldie has said jealousy and the pressures of her success frayed things. Bill, largely quiet for years, challenged that in his memoir, Two Versions, The Other Side of Fame and Family, alleging she suggested an open marriage early on and arguing he was unfairly cast as a failed husband and father. As with most divorces, the truth sits in a tangle of perspectives, pain, and timing. What's undeniable? Both remained formative presences in their children's lives. While tabloids swirled, Goldie kept doing the work. From Laugh-In to Cactus Flower, Shampoo, Foul Play, Private Benjamin, Overboard, and the First Wives Club, she refined a signature: Feather-light touch, precision timing, and a heartbeat of sincerity that made even the silliest premise feel human. She never stopped stretching, producing, shaping roles, and slipping between comedy and drama with deceptive ease. Speculation about cosmetic tweaks inevitably followed a woman aging in public. Some said subtle changes softened her expressions. Goldie never let it derail the work. The performances, alive, expressive, agile, answered better than any press release. Whatever the mirror may show, audiences kept finding the same thing on screen: wit, warmth, and command. If her first 2 marriages taught her about the fault lines under fame, her partnership with Kurt Russell taught her about foundations. They first crossed paths young, then reconnected as equals on Swing Shift, 1983. This time the chemistry stuck. Playful, sturdy, private. No grand wedding by choice. Commitment isn't paperwork, their lives seem to say. It's everyday decisions, shared values, and a home that works. They blended families, Goldie's Oliver and Kate, Kurt's son Boston, and in 1986 welcomed Wyatt. They kept the house laughing, the rules clear, and the spotlight at arm's length. On screen they sparkled in Overboard and later The Christmas Chronicles. Off-screen they modeled a relationship that balanced independence with loyalty, fame with normalcy. Goldie often credits the way they talk, honest, sometimes funny, always direct, as the reason they've lasted. Humor, humility, and guardrails, the hidden cost, and the quiet strength. Fame magnifies everything: triumphs, missteps, rumors. Goldie took the heat, learned the lessons, and moved forward. She protected her kids from the churn, insisting public life didn't have to cost private values. She raised Oliver and Kate to work hard, own their choices, and find the funny even when it hurts. That may be her most enduring gift, proof that kindness, craftsmanship, and a sense of play can survive success. Through it all, she kept evolving as an artist. The comic sparkle sharpened, the dramatic beats deepened, the producing instincts got bolder. Her brand of joy, effortless on the surface, engineered with care, remained unmistakable. Generations discovered her at different points: the laugh-in sprite, the rom-com queen, the no-nonsense recruit in Private Benjamin, the conspirator in First Wives Club. Same core every time: lightness with stakes, laughter that respects the bruise. At 79, Goldie is frank about the past. She'll joke about the madness, then drop a plain-spoken truth about love and ego, success and fragility. She's implied that some partners struggled with her stardom. Bill says that's not the whole story. She's hinted at the illusion of Hollywood romance. Her life with Kurt shows another way. She doesn't pretend the path was painless, but she's grateful because the bumps forced clarity: protect family, choose partnership, keep the work honest, and remember to laugh. Because Goldie Hawn embodies a paradox audiences crave: levity with backbone. She became an icon by making joy look easy and pain look survivable. She built a career on craft, not controversy, and a life on intention, not ceremony. She's weathered the gossip cycle, aged in public, raised artists, loved deeply, and kept her edges soft enough to welcome people in. Goldie's journey, kid with a dance bag, TV comet, movie star, producer, mother, partner, reminds us that the lives behind the posters are complicated and worth telling well. The headlines never had the full picture. The films and the family that still sits together at holidays tell you more. From a Maryland teen with ballet dreams to one of Hollywood's most beloved faces, she's proven that a life full of love, scandal, laughter, and resilience is worth celebrating. And that legacy is measured less in box office and more in the people who line up to work with you again, the children who mirror your ethic, and the audiences who feel lighter when your name appears on screen. Goldie and Kurt's story, in particular, continues to resonate because it rewrites the rules. choose presence over spectacle, partnership over performance, and the daily practice of love over the public proof of it. They never needed a headline to certify what was already true. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you felt something real, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.